She's back. What's good? Are you okay? Are you targeted as well? I hope not, because it destroys quality of life. Next to near impossible to pursue happiness when you're being persecuted all the time. So it's Monday, June the 2nd. As we can all see, it's after 11. So this went out this morning. We can see who got it. Not that did they actually read their own emails? We know that they don't. There's a gatekeeper. Yeah, they hire gatekeepers to filter and funnel. Yeah, that's what the fascists do. You gotta filter and funnel. Because they don't actually do anything all day, every day for that big fat fucking paycheck that they get. Oh, we're working on a pension. So let's see, you got Dean Murdoch, Dean Duthie. You got a female who was impersonating a living woman. That Laura Wheeler there, that was the first female impersonating the public and the crown. Yeah, the pathological liar. Now let's ask Laura if she did any due diligence before she actually told all those lies on the record. Do you actually record those rituals? Or do you keep those secret? Is that why everybody's in a different room, because it's a star chamber? Victoria Crown. The registry. Oh, you've got a female pretending to be the crown. You realize all these political parties, they're all private for profit criminal organizations. You've got that crook EB. Oh, and we've got our the malicious monster, Nick Murray. Well, you have to tag the Office of the Police Complaints Commission. I mean, come on. Oh, you've got another member of the NDP, Gary Bagg. So Saanich Police, they hire persons to investigate claims against them. You're not investigating yourselves. That's fucking insanity. Crooks can investigate crooks. The violent don't investigate the violent. Because listen, you have proven beyond all reasonable doubt to be pathological liars. This is why we document all of this. So the few kind souls who actually care about the level of corruption going on in Canada can get a good a good whiff. Oh, and then we've got the parasite Peter Innes. Yeah, the parasite who robbed Victoria of home and land and most of the personal chattel. And a Ford Focus, one of the house cars. All correspondence is a common law court of record. It's all on the record. Life is on the record for everyone. Victoria has gone to a lot of trouble to express her standing as a foreign diplomat. The woman making a claim holds the burden of proof. The link provided is proof beyond reasonable doubt of Victoria's understanding, cultural heritage, and ethnic identity. Dean Duthie, as such, be informed you are required to scan the alleged warrant for this woman's kidnapping and unlawful confinement to provide a copy by email forthwith. Victoria has provided a copy of how this unlawful order will be counselled effective immediately. Victoria is the only woman with authority to counsel premeditated violence and torture by you unhealthy, unprofessional, organized criminals and proven beyond reasonable doubt pathological liars. Be informed, presumption of custody is rebutted, dismissed, and denied as agents for the Crown possess no jurisdiction to commit indictable crimes against a foreign diplomat. As we all know, fraud unravels everything. Well, you've heard it mentioned before, right? Not one of the three in the trifecta of toxicity has first-hand knowledge of what's going on. They don't have a fucking clue. So as I sit there and listen to them, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? What the fuck are you talking about? Do you have any idea? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking about? Can you imagine the conversations that happen when they think that I'm not listening? All public servants who have caused the Honourable House of Daly and Victoria harm, loss, and injury that she can identify will be receiving termination of employment letters shortly. There's no appeal process, no higher authority to cry and lie to about your self-inflicted problems. No, you are not above the law. Know that land and home of Jack and Victoria since January of 2003, located at 604 Polyanthus Crescent, does not belong to Benji Howe and Sandy Dennis, residents of City of Victoria. No, those are not tenants, they are trespassers. Do not send another poisonous pig to the door. A door clearly marked do not disturb. But now the truth is out that you are monsters. It's no wonder you are incapable of acting like a reasonable, sane people. You were commanded to stand down months ago. You were informed Victoria would not consent to your malicious prosecution, malfeasance, misfeasance, fraud, malice, persecution, and racism months ago. Yours very truly. That's how that fucking demon Daniel Carroll signs his lies. Yeah. And then, of course, you have to let them know who the fuck they're dealing with. Like, they have abso-fucking-lutely no authority. They give them fucking selves authority. If you know who you are and you know what you're doing, why the fuck would you need a fucking mad monkey in the middle? These fucking brainless busybody beasts, what the fuck? They don't know what to do, pretty obviously. I'm not really sure if I should open this right now. Let's go into this one right here. Well, I mean, because I have to. I mean, I've made a claim. The woman you're listening to has made a claim that she's a foreign diplomat. Now, can she prove that? Absolutely. Absolutely. At this point, she knows who she is. And she knows why what's happening is happening. She's not one of the blind, nor is she deaf. But there's some information in there that's going to be pretty hard to swallow. Because it's the truth. So there's a reason why these fucking creatures act the way they act. And behave the way they behave. Now, I do believe I did fix this, so let's just see here. Because there was a problem the other day. So on August the 29th, at 7 o'clock, Benji Howe is supposed to be at the property that it's obtained by crime, because we're going to have a peaceful, respectful, sane process go down. This is not complicated at all. So it was about 72 to 48 hours before I arrived that this document, which has been edited slightly, went out. It was sent out. So the criminals who were acting these private for-profit corporations like the District of Saanich could get a grip that their behavior and their actions are all listed in the Criminal Code of Canada. because we've had fraud go down. Now here's the trust. This is the natural person that protects all of the property. We go over. They keep trying to force shit on this woman that she knows she doesn't need to do. So we go through it again. We explain it all to them. I mean, this is fucking taking time and energy to teach these fucking pukes what a trust is and how they operate. A personal line of credit is not a mortgage. There is no mortgages right here. We teach everything. We go, these are all the fucking legal rules that say the same thing Victoria says. That say the same thing Jack says. Mortgage fraud, yeah. Real estate versus land. There's a utility bill. And of course, you always got the word of truth to back up. A man or woman speaking the truth. No one's family or property is safe. Oh, okay. That's good news. They robbed us by taking their houses. Now, how would Micah and Jesus know that? There are times in our lives we say things and we got not a clue why we're saying them at the time or why that's coming out of our mouths. It becomes apparent later on down the road why we're saying certain things that sound nuts. Yeah, Jack's not just an all capital name on a page. Jack is a man. Jack's a man. There's proof right there. Oh, and there's someone else saying, oh, they're stealing houses. You better watch out. Oh, and then we've got the first lie right there in September of 2018. The lies that are fucking told in this document are just, we are the solicitors. Are we? Are we? You're solicitors. So you might as well just say fucking soulless savages, because that's who you are. You're alone. Don't have a loan with you. There's automatic withdrawals coming out of an account, apparently. So if that's true and you've canceled them, how is it that there's a default? Are you for fucking real? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, right, you're a demon. You're demons. I mean, the paperwork, when I got the paperwork, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, are you... They've added, like, ghosts. They've added, like, phantoms. John Doe and Jane Doe. This is in October. So they already know that I'm obviously living in my home, in our home, because they've sent a letter out in September. So who in the fuck down at the Victoria Registry, because you realize that this is not actually a legitimate court case, right? This is not a judicial court case. This is a fucking shakedown. This is a scam. It's a full-on fucking fraud. If this was a legitimate fucking claim of action, there would have been a process server at the door. This shit fucking came through the mail. And then came through the grapevine. That, oh, they're stealing the house. Oh, are they? Really? After everything you've already done to my family, now this is what you're up to. Okay. Fucking good idea. Go for it. What do you do? They're petitioning. They're begging. The petition, begging. Who is this court? Is the court coming to testify? Is the court going to show up? Where does the court live? Does the court have like a residential address? Respondent? No. What is all of this? CIBC, what is that? That's a fiction. It's a legal fiction. It doesn't exist. Oh, and here we are concealing the fact that we can't steal, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, and now we're sending out fucking bullshit to other agencies around here to fucking lie. The Land Title Act, okay. In November, middle of November 2018, okay. Oh, and here we are flipping land and home that belonged to a man and to a woman, living people, into a fucking legal fiction, CIBC, in Toronto. Oh, I guess that's where Mr. and Mrs. CIBC live, at 750 Lawrence Avenue, West Toronto. So does Mr. and Mrs. CIBC have any first-hand knowledge of what's going on here? Are they coming into the fucking synagogue of Satan to give first-hand and witness testimony as to what they're doing? That they're fucking stealing somebody's land and home? Oh, here we go. Hand-delivered. In the middle of January. That we need to use the land and the house for money laundering and mortgage fraud. It's a big problem here in the province. Isn't that right, Bradley Walker? Look at this thing. Oh, fucking cute, eh? Oh, and here's March the 4th. Of course, March the 11th, 2020, WHO, the World Health Organization, declares a worldwide fucking pandemic. So this is dated March the 9th, 2020. So 2 days later, everything gets shut down. It's a writ of possession. Oh, is it? Is it now? The fucking garbage on here is just too much to take. The lies. Perjury. Well, isn't that what they've done? They've lied. They know they're lying. 10 years ago, these fucking pukes are fucking robbed innocent people of 160 million. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Yeah, we're just so sick and tired of your fucking legalese bullshit. Because it doesn't matter what you've got written down, your actions prove everything about who you really are. Oh, there's the living law. Mortgage fraud, 10 years in jail. What's the mortgage fraud rate in Canada? 20% year-over-year increase in the fraud rate. Wow. It's a couple of years ago. What's the law on stolen property? So if you buy or obtain items that are stolen, or that you should have known are stolen, well, you have to be charged under Section 354. Oh, and here we've got a legal fiction, Halfam Holdings. Oh, taxation authority, is that right? Oh, Saanich, the corporation of the District of. Okay, so are they going to be coming down to the synagogue of Satan and testifying to first-hand knowledge information? Oh, no, right, they can't because it's a legal fiction. December 18th is Jack's birthday. So they've managed, the first two have managed to have that house and that land for 1 year. They put it up for sale. And, fuck, within days, you've got a new buyer. And look what they're doing. Assignment of rents. They've now turned Jack and I's home into a commercial property. These are full-on fucking criminals. So you understand the law about self-determination. So this woman actually does know the way of peace, and she actually knows what peace is. And so she would be one of the few in Canada who could actually claim to be a peace officer. Remember Jesus talked about oaths? Do you notice that all these fucking monsters take oaths? And what did Jesus say about that? He's like, don't be doing that. What are you doing? That's evil. And only evildoers do evil. Well, how many times have we looked to see what they've robbed? They've robbed a security. Well, you don't need a warrant. Like, I don't need to go down and speak to fucking the brainless beasts of the bench to take back what belongs to my family. I'm trying to save my own life here. I'm trying to protect our property. This has been going on. So if Benji Howe and Sandy Dennis find out they're in possession of stolen property at the end of November, they're then instructed January the 10th, 2022 to get, like, you need to cooperate here. Again in October, the same thing. Again, March, again, in 2023, they're told, like, this is what's going on. They're posting notifications on the stolen property. Public mischief. So what do? They fucking call up the profane. They call up fucking hog headquarters and lie their fucking faces off because they're criminally minded creatures. They're crooks. So what happens when you call up the pig pen to report a crime that isn't actually a crime? Well, then you're guilty of public mischief. I mean, how much have they spent? Continue on with their fucking fraud and their lies. There's years of posted criminal harassment. Years of it. November 29th, 2023, I've got a locksmith at the house. Dude doesn't feel safe, so off I go to try to find some way to make this guy feel safe. And I'm fucking attacked. Attacked. A fucking hog tornado. As soon as I fucking walk into the Saanich pig pen, it's a fucking hog tornado, and they're fucking all over me like flies on fucking shit. They're the shit. It's immediate, the attack. Oh, because some fucking nasty pig from Victoria Police Department has decided to lie his fucking face off. Commit perjury. So again, last year, June 28th, there I am. There's a live Instagram post. I'm there at 9 o'clock to get... Where's the keys, Benji? Bring the fucking keys. Get the fuck out of the house. Get the fuck off the land. Like, you don't need to hear this from anybody else. Victoria is the authority. The living, peculiar people are the authority here. Jack is the authority in this situation, and oh, here's this crook, Kirsten Martin, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Get out. Tell them to get out. Here's more that's gone up on the house. Here's the Trespass Act. So if they've been told to get out and they're not getting out, oh, here's mischief. Everyone who commits mischief that causes actual danger to life. Well, they've been causing danger to my life for decades. Destroys or damages property. Obstructs, interrupts, or interferes with the useful enjoyment of property. How many times there's proof everywhere that these persons who were representing the RCMP it doesn't look like they can be trusted either. So Victoria's dealing with dangerous offenders. SPOI. Dangerous offenders. Well, that's what's going on. They need to silence us. So then we're pointing out that they're violating their bindings. They're bound to follow all of the acts, all of the statutes, the Constitution of Canada, the Victims' Bill of Rights Act. They have to follow all of it. There's no getting around it. They have to follow due process. That's what binds them from acting like complete and utter fucking savages. And yet, look at this. They act like complete and utter fucking lawless savages. Because that's who they are. You can't actually expect a brainless fucking beast to act professionally. Or with consideration or kindness. You know, they hate the truth. All the work I've done to say something. I said something to Vic PD, file number 1952378. That was in December 19. I fucking say something again. January 6, 2020. There's the file number. 2003-6. I go again in November the 27th, 2021. Report the crime to the fucking pigs at the Saanich Pig Department. File number 21-26669. And it's just spin. Okay, so there's men in the world, and then there's male monsters. And that's what you're looking at right here. There's two of them. These two, right here, are monsters. Malicious, guilty of malfeasance, guilty of misfeasance. Monsters. Cute, eh? Look at this thing. Oh, thank you so much for your kind thoughts and words. A legal fiction is committed to our community and will continue to provide the highest levels of professional service that helps all people feel safe. Are you for fucking real? What is wrong with you? You're deplorable. What the fuck do you do all day anyway? Looking for new ways to fucking destroy the community? Police misconduct. Wow, hey. They are the definition of police misconduct. Saanich and Victoria are the definition of police misconduct. Obstructing justice. That's why they would go and do what they're doing. Oh, so they want you to fill out an FOI? You don't need to do that. It's right here in the Criminal Code of Canada, Section 125. A peace officer may disclose to any woman any information in a record kept under Section 114, that's a court record, or 115, a police record. That's necessary to disclose in the conduct of an investigation of an offense. Well, they can't investigate themselves. And it is up to the victim of the crime to do the investigation, because they are the ones who have first-hand knowledge of what's going on. They're the ones who are going to be able to catch all the bullshit and all the corruption and all the fucking cuckoo chaos that's going on. If they're worth anything, if they're normal, right-minded people. So proof of ownership, trespass, offense, conspiracy to defraud, well, that's what they're doing. Now, here's why they're there with the SWAT team. This is why. So this is legalese language. This is how you write up a criminal charge. Yeah, that's how you write them up. And listen, you're listening to a woman who would never falsely accuse anyone. Never. Well, that is not permitted in our culture. You'd be destroyed to do something like that in my culture. And everything that's written here is the truth. So, I mean, take a look at these charges. These are serious charges. Breach of trust. Fraud. You are presumed to intend the natural consequences of your actions. Like, you know what you're doing. So it looks like it's actually the persons who are representing the sheriffs in British Columbia that are the actual law enforcement. Law enforcement. And Deathy can't fucking follow a simple, straightforward command like stand down. You know how you tell dogs to sit and stay? Well, the pigs understand stand down to fucking don't move. Don't move, you're done. Offenses of violence. Whoa, well, sending out SWAT teams fucking more than once on an innocent woman that you fucking hate and want alive, that would be offenses of violence. You're fucking gang stalkers. Offenses of violence by persons in authority. Boom, there you go. That's exactly what the fuck you're guilty of. Good character? Good character. What is the percentage in Canada of persons hired to be glorified security guards for these criminal organization municipalities? How many of them actually possess good character? Section 21, everyone is a party to an offense who actually commits it, does or omits anything for the purpose of aiding any person to commit it, or abets any person in committing it. So, no. Victoria's not aiding and abetting you fucking coming and attacking her and kidnapping her and unlawfully confining her and stealing her house car. No, she's not helping you do any of that. No, she will not be accepting invitations to the synagogue of Satan to help you with your malicious prosecution and your hate crimes. She won't be helping you with any of that. Victoria's not a criminal. And it says right here under Section 21, and that's the lawful reasons why you can all go fuck yourselves. You fucking slimy savages. Well, fucking meatheads. Motherfucker's dead from the neck up. That's why the fucking eyes are deaf and the ears are deaf and the eyes are blind. And now you've got Benji Howe and Sandy Dennis, who are guilty of dozens of criminal code offenses. And yet, isn't it funny that Victoria is the one who has been criminally charged? That's the beast brain for you. That's the beast brain for you. Fucking take a look at the charges. They are plentiful. Plentiful. You need a fucking license to practice law. That's the stupidest thing we've ever heard. Everyone is supposed to know and understand the law. The law has to be accessible to everyone. Justice has to be accessible to everyone. Protection when a man or a woman is acting under authority. Well, there is no protection for this woman acting in authority. None. They don't. And yet that's their bullshit legally shit. Under the criminal code, Section 25. As a private woman, well, that's right, exactly. And as a peace officer, yes. Yep, that's right. Because acts and statutes aren't law. Protecting life and protecting property, that's law. Well, listen, we're surrounded by liars. Like Micah and David they're not joking. And because they've lied so much now, that now they don't understand when the truth is spoken, they just become fucking out. They just lose their fucking, the monkey mind she goes nuts. Like fucking who's in charge of the zoo here? Like, yeah, that's not a joke, right? It's not. I guess they don't understand the consequences of their actions. I'm not sure if you listen to any testimonies about folks who have actually been taken to hell. But according to what I hear, and I hear this from numerous different sources, there are cells in hell, billions of them. So if you fucking figure that you've gotten away with crime up here, well, there's a cell in hell waiting for you. Okay. For crying out loud, why didn't we just keep me where we were? Oh, fuck. Sorry about this. Anyway, there's a couple of attachments here now. Apparently, there's a warrant for arrest. Oh, is there? Okay, so this went out along with the email. Because the new one was fucking issued in December of last year. So, well, Victoria's a foreign diplomat. So we're not going to be governed or forced into subjection by criminals guilty of conspiracy and perjury. We're bound by the common law to protect life and property. Victoria will be doing that for herself. And Victoria rebuts all presumptions and assumptions of federal, provincial, and municipal public servants, because that's all they run on, assumption and presumption. So warrant counseled by who? Or by the woman. By the woman who, the only woman who has authority to counsel the fucking thing. And who's been contacted? Oh, it's that degenerate deplorable, Duffy. Oh, and there's the phone number. And there's the date. And reason why you're counseling? Why it's being counseled? Well, because you don't have any authority. You don't have any jurisdiction. Foreign diplomats are not subject to any of the fucking circus monkey bullshit. Bail reinstated? No, thank you. No. You see there's boxes on this document? Anything and everything inside the box is not on the page. Pardon me. Got an issue with the upset body part. The presumption of custody. It's a custom that a summons or a warrant for arrest unrebutted stands, and therefore one who attends court is presumed to be a thing and therefore liable to be detained in custody by custodians. This includes the dead legal fiction non-human person that corporate government rules and regulates, that regulations are written for. Custodians may only lawfully that should say legally, not lawfully. Law and legal have nothing to do with each other. Custodians may only legally hold custody of property and things not flesh and blood, men and women. Unless this presumption is openly challenged by rejection of summons or warrant, the presumption stands and you're a thing and property, therefore legally able to be kept in custody by custodians. See how all these fucking savages hide behind fucking circus monkey titles? Well, then we have to declare that we wouldn't be going to a notary or anything like that. Like, we declare. We have a voice. We have a mind that works properly. We have eyes and ears. And we do actually understand the law, unlike BARF members. So we declare that we're competent. We stand in our own right. That's what that's about. So then this woman has to try to explain to these fucking savages why it is that she's a foreign diplomat. What she's doing here. Why they treat her like this. Jesus is the one who points it out. You're going to be hated. You're going to be hated by the world. Well, we definitely have proof of that beyond reasonable doubt. So they're supposed to understand cultural differences and be respectful. Oh, here's the Canadian Race Relations Foundation Act. So listen to this. Oh, it was a preamble. Oh, Canada, a legal fiction, is party to the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. Really? It's resolved to adopt all necessary measures for speedily eliminating racial discrimination in all its forms and manifestations? What kind of fucking bullshit is that? No, you haven't. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, oh, that's the rule of law, right, where everyone's equal, under and before, has equal benefit to, without discrimination, is that right? The Constitution, oh, really, recognizes the importance of preserving and enhancing the multicultural heritage. Okay, oh, and then we've got, of course, the Canadian Multiculturalism Act. Right, okay. Ethnic origin, well, that's what the blood type is about. That's what proves an ethnic origin for our people. RH negative people are attracted and targeted. Oh, fantastic. Targeted individuals, holy bloodline, and persecution coded in the Bible. Now that presentation is about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And it was a lady who did it, and she pointed it out, that it's that RH negative blood. Cultural sensitivity, yeah. Now, okay, so how deep do I want to go here? Are you with me so far? Are you okay? Because, like, this isn't shallow water we're going into. And everything you're hearing is the truth. Like, because I'm the woman who has to find out the why. Like, why is this happening? Why are they like that? What the fuck is going on down here? So this is exactly why Jesus is a foreign ambassador. The man knows that about himself, and how on earth he knows this during a time when they didn't have the age of information like we do now is fucking mind-boggling. Like, how did you know that you're a foreign ambassador? But he did. He obviously knew everything that he said, everything he pointed out. He was letting them know, I'm a foreign ambassador. So this is exactly right. You gotta love the one lawgiver and the judge with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind, because you've got 4 pillars. The physical body, you've got your mind, you've got your heart, and you've got your soul. And every part of that being, every part of a being, has got to be completely sold out. Now, RH negative blooded people have copper-based blood. So the ark that held the 10 Commandments, it's like we're made out of the same material that goes through your house to light it up and bring electricity to it, to bring light to the house. You've got copper wiring that runs through your buildings. Well, so anybody who wouldn't have that same vibration and that same sort of level of power, and they touched that ark, it would be like being electrocuted to death. You can die from being electrocuted. So only certain men and women were allowed to touch the Ark of the Covenant. Right, because it's power. It's the living law. I mean, it's a standard we will all be judged by. And so, the King of Kings, the lawgiver, I mean, he's made up of 7 spirits, right? 7 bright lights. It's all written in Scripture. It's all right there for everyone to learn. So self-determination, we go into that here, a declaration. Rights and freedoms related to the right to self-determination. Okay? Diplomatic immunity. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the notifications. So immunities and privileges of foreign diplomats. Inviolable, like you're inviolable. You're immune from local jurisdiction. You're immune from giving witness. Well, except if you've witnessed a crime, then you have to speak up and say something. You're immune from taxes and custom duties. Immune from inspection of baggage packages. You've got the freedom of communication, freedom of movement, right to worship, immunity from local and military applications. Yeah, right. Exactly. Please excuse the grumbling tummy. It's a diplomatic immunity. I mean, this is exactly... This is exactly who Jesus said he was. That's who he is. The man's a foreign ambassador. So then we go in to teach these fucking brainless beasts about, okay, so this is what happens with diplomats. This is the immunity that you have. You have to treat us a certain way because of who we are. And so there's some information about diplomatic immunity. Okay, so right away, it's Moses, the one who talks about Jesus coming. I mean, we don't name names. I was speaking about my son when I was 12 years old. I didn't hold that little baby until I was 30 years old. So it was almost 2 decades. I was speaking about my baby before I ever saw my baby. So this is Moses saying, okay, Moses is prophesying. And now an angel means a messenger. A messenger means an ambassador. We're not from here. And this is mine. This is mine. This is my book, one of my many books. So all of this Scripture interprets Scripture. So when they're talking about an angel, those are his sons and his daughters. Yeah, the king has sons and daughters. We're referred to as angels, aka messengers. Now, the most important part about what we're about to read is this. Pay attention to these people and listen to what they say. You don't rebel against them, because we will not forgive your rebellion, because we are our Father's sons and daughters. That's the reason why you gotta listen, because we actually do know what we're talking about. Jesus knew exactly who he is when he was here. Right? The king's sons and daughters to prepare the way. And there's some more of our language written there. Angel messenger. Jesus is the one who's like, listen, if you really believed Moses, you'd believe me, because Moses is the one that wrote about me. So what are we doing down here? Well, we're the ones who preach and teach the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, that's us. The kingdom of heaven is a foreign government. The Tanakh is a trust. It's a trust agreement between the King of Kings and his sons and daughters. That's what we're doing here. So this is Jesus right here, basically, like letting everybody know this is like the mandate. This is how we roll, where we come from. Debts and debtors, he's talking about money. He's talking about like money. Because we're kind. We're men and women who are in our right mind. So then Jesus, while he's here, so disciple means a diplomat. And Jesus explained this when he's here. He's like, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to choose diplomats while I'm here. But then after I leave here, I will still be in the business of choosing these diplomats, because these men and women still have to walk on the earth and be witnesses. Because we're the Levites, right? We sit in judgment. We're part of his court. We're the ones who have to understand the living law and what justice is. Disciples are in fact diplomats. Which is why Jesus is telling everybody that he would be exempt, right? He's exempt from taxes. That's why the man is saying that. Not because he's trying to be a jerk, but because he knows who he is. Diplomats in Canada, well, we go over that. We go over again, trying to explain to these fucking brainless assholes what's going on. So this is super important. Whoever listens to you listens to me, and whoever rejects you rejects me, and whoever rejects me rejects the one who sent me. That's not a joke. Not a joke. Foreign diplomats, right? Inviolable. What does that mean? That means your premises, your property, you're immune from criminal, civil, and administrative jurisdictions. Okay, so the courts in Canada here are administrative. There's no like actual proper functioning, normal, healthy, sane courts operating in Canada. It's all an administrative process. It's commercial. It's about money. That's all it's about. It's about money. Stealing it from you so they can have it. So then again, we have to go into the whole, okay, so this is the deep stuff. So try to stay with, you can do this. You can do this, right? There's 612 primate species and subspecies recognized by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and not one of them has Rh-negative blood. The Levite priest in the Rh-negative blood type. So Jesus is a Levite priest. So every year since 1973, on Easter long weekend at 8 o'clock, ABC, American Broadcasting Corporation, plays the Ten Commandments. In the first 15 minutes, we all find out that Moses is a Levite. Jesus is a Levite. Jesus' mother is a Levite. The child is the mother. The son or daughter is the mother. And so here's someone explaining this. So this is the problem with the whole communication deal between our people and these monkeys. Okay, because Jesus quite clearly understands that he's a foreign ambassador. That's why he's saying what could sound very strange. You're from beneath, I'm from above. So this is why he's talking about all judgment has been handed to me later on. Right? What comes from above is above all. Like, this is exactly why there's a satanic altar in those synagogues of Satan here. They actually believe that they have that if they're sitting above, that gives them authority, but that doesn't. All things have been entrusted to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. I'm a living witness to that being prophecy. I know him because I am from him, and he sent me. I can testify that that is the truth as well. But they will treat you like this because of my name, since they do not know the one who sent me. Oh, good. Well, that explains all the hate and all the violence and all the constantly attacks to, unalive our people. They don't know the truth. They don't know life. Truth offends persons not of the truth. We can't call them people, can we? Everyone who hates us hates our Father. We're literally obsessed with the Tanakh. We can't help it. These enemies, everyone who disagrees with our people, belong to the world, and they listen, and the world listens to them because they speak the world's language. But we belong to truth and life, and those who know truth and life will listen to us. If they do not belong to truth and life, they're not going to listen to us, and that's how we know who's who and what's what. Just like it's written. It should be self-explanatory. You take it seriously. It's like literal. The one who comes from above is above all. I have given them your word. I've given them basically your life, your understanding, your knowledge, your wisdom. And the world has hated them because they're not of the world, just as I am not of the world. We're not from here. We're foreigners. That's why we can actually truly say that we are foreign ambassadors. I'm not a foreign ambassador. I'm a diplomat. right? For this reason. That's why we're here. We came into the world to testify to the truth. Humans think you're crazy if you talk about things they don't understand. That's all coded into the scriptures. The truth sounds crazy. If you look up those scriptures, you'll see exactly that. Exactly the explanation. So they see but never perceive, and they hear but they never understand. So this is the problem with the communication. Can't do it. You're living in a rebellious house. They have got eyes, but they don't see. They've got ears, but they don't hear, because they're rebellious. Rebellion is witchcraft. Okay, I'm not sure if you've ever had the opportunity to listen or to have one of our people set up that scene where, well, the politicians of Jesus' day and the swineherds of Jesus' day, right, they're gang stalking the man. You know, they're rolling up on this poor man to question him as to who he is. Well, so of course Jesus, you know, being who he is, he's not insulting them. He's quite simply just describing them accurately, and they take offense to it. You know, this is this whole conversation recorded in John. Like, why do you not understand what we're saying? Is it because you were unable to accept the truth? You belong to your father, the devil. Oh, see, shots fired. The man has just fired shots, and they are absolutely, well, they don't know what to do with that. Now we have to unalive this man. How dare he? How dare he? Well, what do you... You're questioning this man as to who he is. The question is, who the fuck are you? That's the question you should be asking. Who are you? You're going around putting someone's life in danger because you're fucking evil. Yeah, I live with it every day myself, so I mean, I can completely understand. Strangers. So when strangers reside with you, you don't wrong them. Like, you don't cause harm to these people because you wouldn't understand the consequences, right? But that's how we're here with the testing rod. You've got the staff for guidance and the rod for discipline. So, like, you make sure to the poor, there should be no poor, because it's been commanded in the living law that if someone can't support themselves, you help them so they can have a decent quality of life. Oh, they don't do that here. Well, exactly, right? Like, yeah, no, sorry, not from here. No, we're not going to apologize for telling the truth to our world that worships lies. Here's more truth right here. It's all right here. Well, so let's play the knock-knock game. We love that game. Look at this meme down here. Oh my goodness, when I first saw this, I literally had a laughing fit because let me in. Why? So I can save you. From what? What am I going to do to you if you don't let me in? That's not a joke, actually, but it's hilarious. What's the truth? That's why it's funny. So Jesus has something to say about this whole rebellion deal in Luke 19, verse 27. So what is he actually saying? Because Isaiah has said the same thing. Isaiah was prophesying the same thing. Proverbs, and again, Isaiah going into it. Because you refused my call, no one took my outstretched hand. Don't do that. It says every INFJ, I have never insulted anyone. I simply described them accurately. Inverted intuition, the INFJ, known as the prophet. I don't make these memes, right? I just managed to grab all the puzzle pieces and put them together to try to explain what seems inexplicable. To an INFJ, everything is important. Well, yes, the manual weighs more than the baby. I'm not delivering both. The stork down here on the left, he's mad. I've got the baby. I'm not bringing the book because understanding INFJ Volume 1. Take a look at this over here on the right. Yes. No, I don't have multiple personalities. Just one. That's very, very complicated. Do you have any idea how many times I heard that shit? about myself and how bad that made me feel. It destroyed me. Listening to that garbage is not true. Natural born counselor. Well, that's one of his spirits, right? Counsel. The counselor. And we really don't understand why the fucking freaks go to shrink. So, man, we what we do is free. What we do is free. Yeah. And it's not our fault that the fuckers are too stupid to understand us. It's just not. Well, here we go. There's Moses. He's a Levite. And we've all seen my last name, right? It starts with NEV. Yeah. There's my last name right there. So this card was given to me. So on January the 10th, 2004, the day that one of our peculiar people arrived, I'm giving a shot, they're giving you a shot of Rogam. I wish I hadn't taken that shot now, but hey, you live and you learn, right? Peculiar People Day. That's right. That's why that little baby came that day. Proof. It's all right there. We don't believe in coincidence. Sorry. We don't do that. Remember Jesus was talking about being salt and light? Saltwater batteries. Electric, right? The elect. That's who we are. Ark of the Covenant found only an A negative and B negative, right? I have A, type A. Rh negative blood. That's my blood type. We're the ones with understanding. These are gates right here. You see these right here? These are gates. There's 12 gates to get into the kingdom. These are the gates. Right here. Commandment number 5, honor your father and your mother. It's not talking about your mom and dad. It's talking about the King of Kings, and your mother is the living law. No murdering. No being a whore. No stealing. No lying. And no wanting what doesn't belong to you. It's really pretty straightforward, right? So, in our people are just men or women. Like, that's it. That's it. And so we could never be sexed as male or female. That's how you sex animals or creatures, monsters. Hatred, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, chief priest and the whole council is trying to obtain false testimony so they can unalive the man. Now, why would they be doing that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, they do the same thing to me. Oh, you're hated. Oh, goody. Why is that? Monkey blood. Oh, okay. We'll let you go through this because this truth is all found in Scripture, all of it. I'm just the woman who happens to point it out. Enoch points it out. Deuteronomy, Ezra points it out. Humans are legally defined as monsters. Again, this link will be in the description box, so you can go through it if you want to. Again, all this is coded into the Bible. This is all scriptural truth. 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, Matthew. Who in the New Testament gets a thorn? You should know. 2 Jude, 2 Samuel, Isaiah, Matthew, Deuteronomy. Again, they're all talking about the spawn of Belial. Do you remember we looked at that writ of possession? And there was printing from the registrar. Belly, B-E-L-I. Do you think that's coincidental? No. Talking all about thorns. All of these scriptures talk about thorns and the beasts of Belial. Humans and chimpanzees, 96% identical, right? So you've got male monsters and female freaks down here. Because God's first law is kind after kind. You ever notice that in the Tanakh? When you're sowing your fields, you used one kind of seed, you didn't mix. There was no mixing going on. There was no homogenization. Everything was pure. But this is why Jesus is like, well, this is not my circus, not my monkeys. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What affiliation does the dead have to do with the living? Like, nothing. I mean, it's not coincidental that those evil Egyptians are wearing animal heads, like monster heads. They were pretty clever. I mean, and no wonder Jesus is calling them pigs and dogs and snakes. The man's got eyes that see. Look at this, like, no, no. I'm not an animal. Well, Homo sapiens, humans are Homo sapiens. Mixture. Neanderthals are also homos. Chimps, hominoids, monkeys, primates, dogs, mammals, fish, beetles. I mean, like, what is going on here? Right here, homo, you got a mixture. Humans and pigs share 84% genetically. Genetically, humans and pigs are 84% identical. Dogs are 82% identical. Well, this is exactly why our people don't eat swine. We don't eat swine. I'll just let you take a look at that. I can't get too much into that. It's going to freak some folks out. Humans are basically apes. Yes, that's right. Second Ezra knew. Yeah, you're going to bring forth monsters. That's right, humans are monsters. Look at this chimera. Our AIDS positives are genetically, biologically, scientifically, medically, it's a chimera. It's fucking part snake, part monkey. Take a look around. They don't know the way of peace. And then, of course, this is not coincidental that in law dictionaries, humans are legally defined as monsters. A human being by birth, but in some part resembling a lower animal. No shit. See? Human being, monster. Yep. Monster. Monster. That brain just spins, man. That beast brain just spins like a snake eating its own tail. Wickedness. The wicked are useless, so yes, they are. These weeds, the weeds are wired backwards. You know, like you wire a house? Well, these weeds are wired backwards. So those who want fame, power, spellcasting abilities must consistently and intensely practice talking, reverse speech, thinking backwards. Evil is good and good is evil. Everything's backwards. Everything's inverted by the ingrades, right? And they're born this way. You can't fix it. You can't rewire these things. They don't know the way of peace. I'll let you go through that. They don't know the way of peace. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They're scum, sadistic, cruel, unscrupulous monsters. Yes, they are. Talking about the fucking hole in their face. That's nothing but a fucking sewer. They're psychopaths. Just sick. Your words cut like a sharp razor. Oh, good, your tongue's device wickedness. Your tongue makes up threats. Whoa, we had one of these fucking monsters at the door last week. They're Spanish police. Man, you need to go get a psychological fucking assessment, man. There's no such thing as the Spanish police, and your fucking nasty name is not Spanish police. You need to get some help. You need help. You're sick. You make plans to ruin others. Your tongue is sharp as a razor. You're always inventing lies. Well, that's how this woman you listen to is crushed, literally crushed by forced adoption and fraudulent foreclosure. Understand justice, not a fucking clue, and the wicked have no care about justice for the poor. I mean, how are you going to reason with this thing? Well, and then we have to go and explain to them, like, we do not identify as things. We do not identify as any fucking legal fiction, and that's what this is all about. Going into it, going like, yeah, no, ethnic discrimination. You're not allowed to do that. We're righteous people in a righteous community. You can't do that. You were already told. Like, this is common knowledge, man. We're not here to learn the ways of the heathen. We're not here to fill out their fucking satanic paperwork. We're not here to fucking apply for their satanic services. We don't want their satanic sigils on our court documents. We're not here to learn the way of the heathen. We don't give a fuck what you got going on. It's all poisonous. It's all absolute fucking... It's sewage. It's raw fucking sewage. Snake sewage. Acts are not the law. They have to have consent. Belief in authority. It's government's religious. Again, you can't do... You need individual consent, not collective consent. Right here, informed refusal. This is coming out of a court of appeal. The right to determine what shall or shall not be done to one's own body and to be free from non-consensual medical treatment is a right deeply rooted in our common law. Oh, our common law? It should be the common law. And there's that word again. Body is considered inviolate. Like, no, don't. Don't touch me. Don't come anywhere fucking near me. You're absolutely poisonous. You're fucking poisonous plants. It's the patient, not the physician, who ultimately decides if treatment is necessary. So there you go, like proof, right? You're not going to leave the solution into the fucking hooves of the ones who have created the problem. It's not going to work like that. So here's Jesus. He's talking about it. I didn't come to bring peace here. I came to bring a war. I came to bring a sword. We got to tear this reprobate rat Rome down. Because it doesn't work. It's lawless, right? It's about money. Well, that's why he's like... Rights come from the law. Privileges come from the devil. No stealing. Who's the beast? License. You got to read that. It's just... You won't believe it. You will not believe what the fuck that means. It's just sickening. Do you have a license to practice law? Do you have a VARF card? Yeah, licensing liberty. It can't be done, man. We got some maxims of law there. Those are super important. Oh, yeah, we got this other legalese bullshit. Can you travel in Canada without a license? Well, fuck, of course you can. And then, of course, we've had to assert our foreign diplomat status rights. We've got to rebut their presumptions. You need to fuck off. Corporations are fictions. Corporations illustrate the power of collective myths. A myth, a fantasy, a fiction. It's foul. It's filth. Corporations are legal fictions. They can't be touched. They exist only in the mind. Yet they open bank accounts, pay taxes, sue, and be sued. Fuck, man, I can't do this shit. If one is not a person, then one cannot be a person. Identity fraud. The only legal person known to our law is the corporation, the body corporate, which is why on a lot of your documents, like your birth certificate, your name is in all capital letters because you are a corporation. You hire one of these BARF members, you are now aiding and abetting identity fraud. You don't need a fucking mindless monkey in the middle of your affairs. You can do this. Figure it out. Don't feed into the beast, man. Don't. Consent cannot make a crime lawful. So here's some interesting information. Punished as a citizen, crime, inalienable rights cannot be volunteered away. So here's some more interesting information. Please, if you want to go in there and read it. Corporation is not the crown. The corporation is not and is not to be taken to represent the crown. Clearfield Doctrine, so important to get that. Administrative courts are unlawful. Yes, they are, because it's all about money. Consent makes the law. Canada recognizes the principle of the supremacy of the rule of law, the law of consent. That's the rule of law. They have to have consent. Did they have consent to traffic AJ? No, I never gave them consent. Did they have consent to steal the house? and the 2 house cars and completely fucking destroy our lives. No, they didn't have consent because you damn fucking rights. I'm going to say something. All bar societies were dissolved in 2008. Well, here's Harry. Here's Harry Gibbs, who lives in Australia, making quite a statement here, which would apply to all Commonwealth countries. Right? Fictional and filthy Canadian government is not a lawful government under the Crown. Therefore, all edicts so pronounced by that corporation are contracts that may be accepted or rejected by citizens of the Crown. Well, we're not citizens of the Crown, okay? Oh, here we go. Legalese, the lawless language of lunatics, losers, leeches, and locusts. Everything they do is a fraud. All of it is. All of it is. Here's some court cases. Here's some legal opinions is what they are. They're legal opinions. So the king cannot arrest any man, for the party cannot have a remedy against the king. So what the fuck is going on here? That I have been violently, viciously assaulted by fucking monsters who are armed, kidnapped, and then unlawfully confined and tortured. And yet they had no reason to do that, ever. They never witnessed me commit a crime, which is the only reason why they would have that authority, if they had witnessed me commit a crime. That never happened. And they didn't follow due process, no warrant for arrest. So what are you doing? All arrests of the legal fiction. That's the crime. That's the fucking crime. We'll let you go into that if you want to. Oh, here's Campanola here. Here's Campanola. Yeah, she was the lieutenant governor. She was very wise, and she made a statement in one of her speeches where she removed herself from liability. She admitted that she did not sign any laws, and neither did the Queen. Oh, is that right? Because legal fiction is repugnant to the common law and scripture. A corporation cannot lawfully engage in the practice of law, nor can it do so indirectly through the employment of qualified lawyers. Are you fucking joking? There is no such thing as a qualified lawyer. That's nuts. A corporation can neither practice law nor hire lawyers to carry on the business of practicing law for it. Oh, now they're fucked for sure. All acts, statutes, and legislations are unique because only public officials can violate their provisions. These officials are held in public trust and owe a fiduciary duty to the people. Well, they don't represent our people. The high standard of conduct demanded of public officers, coupled with the broad sweeping language of the statute, permits no other interpretation as to its intent and meaning. So like mischief. Notice of obligation and warning of fraudulent administration. I'll let you go through that. I'll keep you too long. All of the legal fiction bullshit is for the legal fiction actors, the public servants. And they don't follow any of it. Look at that. They're completely fucking lawless. Right? It's a crime to identify as a person, a personage. Because only His or Her Majesty in an organization can be a person. The inclusion of one is the exclusion of all others. There's no lawful authority. They have no lawful authority. Corporations can't practice law. It's well established. Multiple cases prove that. They're not acting in good faith. Nothing they do is in good faith. They complete and utter, it's just an illusion. It's all fucking gross. In the Magna Carta, no free man shall be seized, imprisoned, dispossessed, outlawed, exiled, or ruined in any way, nor in any way proceeded against except by the lawful judgment of his peers and the law of the land. To no one will we sell, to no one will we deny or delay right or justice. Well, they don't follow any of that. Look at this bullshit from justice.gc.ca. Oh my fuck, they've signed on to the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals. 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Leave no one behind. Fuck you. Fuck off. Promote peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development. Provide access to justice for all. Build effective, accountable, inclusive institutions at all levels. Go fuck yourselves. Your behavior, your actions prove why your fucking words mean nothing. The Supreme Court has been giving us hints for years on this issue when they said there is a very simple remedy from a belligerent claimant to establish their common law rights. The Supreme Court has ruled again and again that for a citizen to claim common law rights, they must do it themselves and be a belligerent claimant at law. When they said belligerent claimant at law, they were saying you must make yourself the claimant in your suit at law by attaching at law to the word claimant on the writs. Never move a case as a defendant. The root definition of plaintiff is a person who brings an action, the party who complains or sues in a personal action and is named on the record. Black's Law, first edition, emphasis added. This is very important because the sovereigns never complain. Sovereigns only make claims. Natural law is common law. Well, and then you got the evildoers, who obviously hate themselves. Evildoers hate themselves. You can't have that kind of toxicity around you. No. And then we get into the living law. Yeah, we get into it. We go deep into it. Here is all the living law. This is all the rules of the living law. And about how our people, handle matters. Capital punishment. Absolutely. It's a must. It's a non-negotiable capital punishment in our culture. We won't get into much of that right now, but it's all taught by a woman who was sent here to teach this. This is what I do. This is what we do. We've been doing this since Moses was here. Since before then, actually. Righteous people already have this. It's like, it's our brain and our heart and our soul. That's the 3 chords. You can't break 3 chords. It's too strong. Courts of law. So you have to go to the Levitical priest. That's us. That's who you go to for judgment. Because we're the ones who understand what's right. Courts of law. And if you're guilty of contempt, it's capital punishment. You don't go around being a malicious witness. You don't go around lying. Like, why the fuck would you do that? And that's what all this is about. That's what it's about. You don't go around telling lies. I mean, I don't know how many times he pounds that into their fucking beast brains, but he keeps saying it. Like, you don't go around telling lies. You have to stop lying. You don't go around... That's murder. That's murder. So it's the victim's nearest relative that's responsible for justice if there's something that's happened in the family. Not a monkey in the middle. That's not their responsibility. It is. It's lethal justice. And it happens one way or another. Whether it happens here or it happens after the first death. There's a second death. That's what all this is about. Numbers 5:7. Numbers 5:6 and 5:7, it basically explains what blasphemy is. And blasphemy is unforgivable. So you have to, like, when you're guilty of something, you need to confess, because without confession and restitution to whoever you harmed, there is never forgiveness, ever. You have to make what you've done wrong right, or you can never be forgiven. It's not about fucking, what is this, mercy? We don't, no. No, we don't do that. And so, in a civil matter, so the profit gained by the fraud or the violence is to be given up, and the fine is 20%, and the fine is paid to the victim of the crime. That's where the fine goes. Private prosecution process. It's got nothing to do with this legal, lunatic, fucking fringe, fascist fuckery. It's reality. Right? It's a trespass. A tort. Tort is civil. Trespass is criminal. The tort is short for torture. You fucking tortured somebody by acting like a fucking asshole. Deceit with words. The synagogue of Satan only deals in the dead. They only deal with dead things. Yeah, there you go. So that's what's going on now. You know that, right? The revelation of the method is mocking. They mock us. So Canadian banks don't care about you or your mortgage? No, that's right. They certainly don't, do they? Money laundering is a real issue here. And so today what we did is we made a post and we went through all the ugly that they've done. Well, some of it anyway. Here was the notification that was posted on the house before Thursday, August the 29th, to get out of the house and off the property. Oh, here's one of the brainless beasts guilty of genocide. Here's Bradley Walker. That's Bradley Walker's phone number right there. Guilty of mortgage fraud. There's a problem here with money laundering. You got the CCP here. Registered mail proof. It went out to who it was supposed to go out to. Well, there's a problem here, isn't there? And then you got all these folks saying all this about money laundering in real estate. And yet it's happened to my family, and there's nothing but violence and ugliness coming our way. Oh, look at this, the Law Society. It's a natural person. Natural. Oh, bencher. Oh, the female freaks identifying fraudulently as the Attorney General. It's a bencher. Are you now? Are ya? Oh, you've got problems with money laundering in BC? Well, that's because the snake here on the right is involved in all of it. That's right. You gotta be, I mean, come on. Oh, it needs Ottawa to step up on money laundering fight. You fuck off. You're the ones guilty of the money laundering. The Bank Act. The bank is a natural person. You gotta be, I mean, you can, clients are at the center of everything we do. Oh. So here we are part of the Sustainable Development Goals, where we're going to fight inequality and injustice and eradicate poverty, achieve gender equality and empower all women, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Well, now you know who the liars are, don't you? Money laundering, man. That's what they're doing. Oh, look at money laundering in the real estate sector. From 2019. Well, they're coming to steal the house already. So they know all about this. Chinese organized crime. No shit. No shit. And I'm screaming from the rooftops, this is happening. Squeaky clean image. Gotta maintain it. Oh, this is a public announcement, a media statement from the prosecution service that they caught. They caught one of these. Money laundering. But they're not going to lay any charges. They're not going to prosecute. No, they're coming after me, the one who's blowing the whistle that this has happened to my family. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at here. We've got a couple of its goon friends here. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yes, there they are. Large and in charge. I mean, can you? The fucking definition of arrogance right here. The both of them. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Just such a fucking hero. Such a fucking hero. Statutes are not law, and to be convicted under a statute, you have to give your consent. Which is why every fucking time there's an invitation, no thank you, you need my consent, I don't consent. And I'm never going to fucking consent to aid and abet your fucking ugliness. Well, and there's exactly what we read before. Yeah, that's what's happening. Canada is part of the United States. What are they talking about? I mean, can you imagine? Words of art. That's what they're up to. A delegate cannot delegate. An agent cannot delegate their function to a subagent without the knowledge or consent of the principal. Well, you are the principal in all matters. The person to whom an office or duty is delegated cannot lawfully devolve the duty on another unless they be expressly authorized to do so. Really? Do not be learned tricksters. The members of the bar will always be competitors, but I do not doubt that in the future the bar will be as punctilious as ever it has been in matters of this kind. The reaction that the bar exists as a bar, and that they stand as they do stand, a privileged class. So if all are equal, how the fuck can they be a privileged class? With certain rights and obligations is that are believed to be and expected to be honorable. Oh no. And if instead of being honorable, anxious for honest, clean justice in the court, they should cease to be that and become merely learned tricksters, the bar would not be in existence for very long. There would be no benefit or service to the public, but their learning would be dangerous, and their tricks would be an ever-failing source of trouble to the community. Well, they're all witches, so we're fucked now, aren't we? Legalese, fascist, fantasyland, lunatic, loser language of nasty, narcissistic liars, wicked, warped weeds, politicians, public prosecutors, police, and public servants. The word salad, the narcissistic word salad. Circular conversations that never end, lots of meaningless or irrelevant bullshit. Conversation is competition. Lack of logic or direction to what is being said. Condescending tone as if talking to a child. Projection or attributing what they are doing to you. Blaming, shaming, denying, or finding excuses. Altering their role from victim to hero. A confused state after hearing them. Yeah. Children of the devil. That's what they are. Can you imagine? So this is why there's a problem. There's a war going on between righteous men and women and the wicked weeds. It's war.